Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to learn about the kinds of noun and especially the reflexive pronoun versus emphatic pronoun or intensive pronoun because emphatic and intensive pronoun are the same. Now, these are the reflexive sentences and these are the emphatic sentences. Now you can see that these both have the same pronoun, which is the same word. So because of this, these sentences you can say look alike or you can say look same, and it is very tricky to distinguish between these two sentences, especially in an exam or a test. For example, in an exam you have been given the task to say contrast between these two sentences. So uh, it's very difficult for you to contrast because these both seem alike. But don't worry, I am here to solve this problem. It is very easy, although it is sometimes tricky, but no, on the other hand, it's very easy. You can say, even in our time when we were learning, we had this problem, that we were not able very well to distinguish between these two sentences. Now, I want to tell you two major signs to can say differentiate between these two sentences. In an exam you have been given such sentences. Now you will have to check the sentences. Okay, the first you can say difference, the first sign I'm telling you. Now if you see the sentence, that if you do not read this pronoun, okay, so you will see that the sentence is not giving a meaning. Okay, it is meaningless. So such sentences are reflexive sentences. Okay, but if you do not read this you can say this emphatic pronoun, but still the sentence has a meaning. Okay, because its core meaning does not go. Okay, so does not disappear. If you remove, you can say, this emphatic pronoun from the sentence, still I can say after removing this, the sentence has its core meaning. Now you'll have to understand that it is an emphatic sentence. You can say by removing the pronoun, the sentence has no meaning. That is a reflexive pronoun. By removing this pronoun, you can say that this word, the sentence you can say, still has its meaning, the core meaning. Then it's an emphatic pronoun. Okay, very easy. Okay, if you removed it, the sentence has no meaning. Okay, that's a reflexive sentence. If you removed it, but still the sentence has its own meaning, the core meaning, then it is an emphatic sentence. Okay, because in reflexive sentences we use, I can say, reflexive sentences when the result of the action returns back to us. You can say in can say reflexive sentences, you can say the result of the action, the result of the verb, you can say refers back to the subject again. You can say the result reflects back to the subject. Okay, so that's why they are called reflexive pronouns. Simply you can say the same person is the subject and same person is the object. Okay, now if I remove this, so the sentence has no meaning. For example, if I remove this, that I love, so I love who? Sentence has no meaning. It is nonsense. It is meaningless. If I remove this one, okay, you talk to who? So that's why these all sentences are like this. Okay, but if you remove this, you can say I invited. With this you can say I myself invited them. Now I want to remove this. Okay, I invited them, but still sentence has its meaning. Okay, the core meaning is remaining. Because in these sentences, reflexive sentences, the you can say result of the action returns back to the subject. Okay, but in emphatic sentences, when we stress on something, we urge on something, then we use these you can say emphatic pronouns. Otherwise, the sentence becomes positive, or you can say a simple sentence. Now you will see, if you remove this, from the sentence still will have a meaning. But if you remove this, from this sentence, the sentence won't have a meaning. Okay, so it is, you can say, one of the biggest difference. The second difference is this, that you will see these pronouns, that reflexive pronouns are coming after the verb. Okay, after the verb, all of them. Okay, you can see after the verb. But here you can say the emphatic pronouns come directly after the subject, before the verb. In those, you can say, sentences, after the verb. In these sentences, you can say before the verb. It is the second sign to understand. Okay, because mostly these, you can say, emphatic pronouns come after the subject, directly after the subject. Maybe in some cases, you can say exceptional cases possible, but mostly these are like this. The emphatic pronouns come directly after the subject. Now you see, I will read these, you can say, reflexive pronouns first. I love myself. You can see that the action, we can say, the result of the action is returning back to the subject, to myself. We can say that to me. I love myself. You talk to yourself while you're sleeping. You talk to yourself. We enjoyed ourselves. They hurt themselves. He punished himself. She burned herself. The dog licked itself. The dog licked itself. You deceive yourselves. Okay. Now you will have to understand about this. You can say, because sometimes there are, you can say, in singular sentences, and sometimes plural sentences. You can say in singular sentences, you can say that I, you, singular you, he, she, it. We use only, you can say, self, self. But in plurals, we use selves, like this. It's a plural. Okay, it is a plural. Okay. And now let's read these sentences, that emphatic sentences. I myself invited them. Okay, now I'm just urging on my talk, because when they're trying to deny me, so now I'm just, you can say, stressing on my talk. I myself invited them. You yourself are wrong. We ourselves solved the problem. They themselves confessed the crime. He himself has broken the window. She herself prepared the food. The cat itself jumped on the food. You yourselves came late. You see, in these sentences, emphatic sentences, we stress on our talk, but in these sentences, the action returns, back to us. That the result of the action returns back to us. The result of the verb returns back to us. You can say that the verb affects us. Okay. So I think this is enough for today. Until the next meeting, stay tuned.